contains only one setting. Well, every setting is okay. Yes, every setting is okay. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. Accordance with titles, yes, today we are roasting Keir Starmer. Okay, and now it is my points here. Here is my points. I would say that what is the point that Tony Blair can probably sue Keir Starmer on the British Parliament or the Supreme Court of England. Okay. Now here we can say here some points about Iranian terrorism. And here today topic is Israel versus Iran. But now here it is converted into United States versus Iran, and probably it would be like world versus Iranian terrorist. Okay, and now here my place is Khuzestan. Well, and now let's check it. The moments here. Topic. What is our topic? Topic is London, England to Khuzestan, Iran. Well, now let's see who is the Tony Blair. Tony Blair was the former Prime Minister of England, where he was from Labour parties, and the current Prime Minister of England from Labour Party is Keir Starmer. Now, here I would say Tony Blair, her British F-35 plane and distance. What is the distance? Here, distance is 5,000 kilometer. And what is the velocity? And here we can see at the moment velocity v0 is 5,000 kilometer per second. On the other, it is the eras when Tony Blair were Prime Minister of England in 2007. Now here we can see it is 2026. Now current Prime Minister is Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer. And here we can say Keir Starmer's British F-35 plane velocity V1 is 25 kilometer per hours. Well, now here we can see this is the moments, and here it would be okay for that. Well, now when Tony Blair was a British Prime Minister in 2007, here British F-30 planes would be used to contains a velocity of 5,000 km per second. And here the distance between London, the capital city of England, versus arrival the Kurdistan of Iran is here 5,000 kilometers. Now here I would say the points. What is 5,000 kilometers? That is the distance between London, England, and Kurdistan, Iran. And why we are talking about the Kurdistan? Because Kurdistan is oil mining place of Iran. Here, Iranian revolutionary terrorists mines oils. Okay, and now it is the points to, and here today's point is that eliminate Iranian revolutionary terrorist from where we have the purpose is to eliminate Iranian revolutionary terrorist. And in this moment here the point is where Tony Blair's British F-35 plane contains velocity of 5,000 kilometers per second. Keir Starmer British F-35 plane velocity is 25 kilometers per hour. And now let's see the points. Tony Blair British F-35 fighter planes would depart from London, the capital city of England, in morning 6 o'clock, April 2, 2026, and here arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, April 2, 2026, and it is the points. But now it was the era where of calendar 2007. Now let's talk about the calendar 2026. Keir Starmer British F-35 fighter planes contains the velocity of 25 km per hour. But here the distance is 5,000 kilometers. Now let's talk about the points. Well, 5,000 divided by 20. 5,000 divided by 25. That is almost 200 hours. That means when the purpose is to eliminate Iranian revolutionary terrorists, Keir Starmer British F-35 fighter plane can travel 5,000 kilometers as a flying distance in 200 hours. Now what is 200 hours? That is the significant points. Well, now we know that 100 hours is almost 8 days, 4 hours. That means 200 hours is 16 days, 8 hours. Now let's check at the points where departure time is morning 6 o'clock, April 2nd, 2026. Here arrival time would be afternoon 2 o'clock, April 18, 2026. And that is the points that Keir Starmer's F-35 plane's velocity, when the purpose is to eliminate Iranian revolutionary terrorists. But surprisingly, here is the moments that I would mention like that. Okay. Now the moment is when Keir Starmer is to protect The Iranian revolutionary terrorist surprisingly her British F-35 plane contains the velocity of 5,000 km per second. And in these moments, and here is the surprisingly at the points that F-35 here departure time is morning 6 o'clock, March 2nd, 2026, and arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past March 2nd, 2026. But here we are setting the purpose to eliminate Iranian revolutionary terrorists. And here we could see that Tony Blair have noticed that Keir Starmer's F-35 plane's velocity can travel 5,000 kilometers in 200 hours. And that is the velocity of donkey puller cars or cow puller cars. And it is the moments in the topic of the velocity of British F-35 planes. Here it is the comparison that Tony Blair's British F-35 planes contains the velocity of 5,000 km per second, where Keir Starmer's British F-35 plane velocity is 25 km per hour. Where is 25 km per hour and where is 5,000 km per second? And in this moment, in this the point of 5,000 km per second, Tony Blair says the current Prime Minister of England, Keir Starmer, is slow to eliminate Iranian revolutionary terrorists. Hence, it is the moment Tony Blair can sue Keir Starmer on the British Supreme Court or the Parliaments of England. And that is the significant points. And now, here is the velocity. And what about the travel time when distance is 5,000 kilometers? Tony Blair's British F-35 planes can travel 5,000 kilometers in 1 second, where Keir Starmer's British F-35 planes contains the velocity that can travel 5,000 kilometers in 200 hours. Where is 1 second and where is 200 hours? That is the significant moments. Here is the significant notifiers that Tony Blair can sue whom? Tony Blair can sue Keir Starmer on the British Supreme Court or Parliament of England. And now let's talk about the points. What about the kinetic powers? Okay. Now here we can see Tony Blair F-35 high kinetic power. Now let's talk about the Tony Blair's F-35 kinetic powers. And now here is the moments. Okay, now what is the calculations? Here 10 to the power 5 multiplied by 5 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square. Okay, and now it is the points. Well, what is the base of the calculations? I will tell you. Okay, Now we know the equations of kinetic power is half of weight of British F-35 planes multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. And here the topic is that this to eliminate Iranian terrorists in Khuzestan, Iran. Now here distances between London, the capital city of England, and Khuzestan of Iran is almost 5,000 kilometers. And now here, Tony Blair's velocity is 5,000 km per second in the flying distance of 5,000 kilometers. Hence, here flying timing is 1 second. Now, as an observation here, flying timing is equal to flying timing square equal to flying timing cube equal to flying timing to the power 7 equal to flying timing to the power 666 x. Because 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 6 equal to 1 to the power 666 is always 1, and here half of weight of British F-35 plane is 10 to the power 5 kilograms. And here the Tony Blair's F-35 kinetic power equation is half of weight of Tony Blair's F-35 weight plane's weight multiplied by distance squares. Hence the calculation is 10 to the power 5 multiplied by 5 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square. Because here plane distance is 5,000 kilometers. Here 5,000 kilometers is 5 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meters. Okay. Now let's check it. What is 10 to the power 5 square? That is 10 to the power 6. I apologize. What is 5 squares? That means 25. And now, what is 10 to the power 6 square? That is 10 to the power 12. And what is the multiplication between 10 to the power 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 5? That is 10 to the power 17. Hence, here we can see the calculations we could found at Tony Blair's F-35 kinetic power is 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 watts. That means 2.5 trillion watt. It is the significant points that can consider 2.5 trillion watts. Okay. And now it is Tony Blair's F-35 kinetic powers. But now here I am calculating the Starmer's British F-35 plane's kinetic powers. Here here kinetic power is not kinetic energy. Hence the equation is half of weight of Starmer British F-35 planes multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. And here travel time is 200 hours. That means 200 multiplied by 3600 seconds. Hence we could see that travel time cube is 200 cube multiplied by 3600 cube second cube. And let's check it. What is the significant calculation difference? Okay. Now let's we can say the significant calculation difference as we could notify at the moment. Well, Now here I am writing Keir Starmer. Okay. Now here we can write the significant points. Keir Starmer's F-35 kinetic power P to P1. Here calculation is 10 to the power 5, I mean 10 to the power 5 multiplied by 5 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square, or here we can see 10 to the power 5 multiplied by 5 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square divided by 200 double bracket of 200 multiplied by 3600 bracket q double bracket close. And now here is the moments. What is the calculations? Here we can see 10 to the power 4 cube is 10 to the power 12. And what is the divisions of 10 to the power 17 by 10 to the power 12? That is 10 to the power 5. On the other, and here what is 5 squares? That is 25. And here we can see 25 divided by what is 2 cube? That is 8. And what is 36 cube? That is 6 to the power 6. And what is 6 to the power 6? That is almost 46,000. Okay. Now here, well, here now here we can see the points. 10 to the power 5 divided by 10 cube, that is 10 square. And here the calculations is 2500 hit divided by here bracket of 8 multiplied by 46. Okay. Now it is something like the points. Okay. Now here we can see that is the moments. What is 25 divided by 8? That is 3.125. Okay. And now here the calculation goes the maximum point moments. Well, now here we can see 31 to 5. Okay. Now let's check it the moments at the points. Well, and now here is the just for a moment. Okay, and here, just for a moment. Okay, well, Now what is 46 multiple by 5? Well, 46 multiple by 5 is 230. Okay. 46, what is 46 multiple by 7? That is, here we can see 230 sum by, here 230 sum by 92. And what is the points? That is almost 322. And now, when we can divide 3125 divided by 46, and here I can write 6 multiple by 46. Here the answer we can say 276. Now, what is the remainders? 12 subtract by 6 is 6. 11 subtract by 8 is 3. Well, here remainder is 365. Now let's talk about the points. What is 322 sum by 46? That is 368. And here is the points. When we can write 7s, 366, 65 and 322. And what is the remainders? And remainders is almost 3, 4. And here remainder is almost 3. And here, now we can write here 67.01 milliwatt. Well, and now here is the significant points, and that can be notifications as we could see. Well, what is the moments as the significant points? Okay. Now, Keir's F-35 kinetic powers is 37.01 milliwatts, where Tony Blair's F-35 kinetic powers is 2.5 trillion megawatts. And now, where is 2.5 trillion megawatts and where is 67.01 milliwatts? And that is the significant points that why we all of the person hates Keir Starmer, because Keir Starmer lost her credibility to be a prime minister. And that is the significant points. Okay. Now let's check it. In the base of F-35 kinetic powers, now our question is, what is the credibility of Tony Blair to sue Keir Starmer on British Supreme Court or the Parliament of England? That is the simple as the points. In 2007, when Tony Blair were when Tony Blair was Honorable Prime Minister of England, his British F-35 planes contains the velocity of 5,000 km per second, hence with the flying distance of 5,000 kilometers. And as an effect, we know that half of weight of British F-35 plane is 1 100,000 kilograms. Hence, the point is, Tony Blair's British F-35 planes contains the kinetic powers of 2.5 trillion megawatts at the moment. And what is the significant points? In that points, if there would be a war between Western country versus Iran, and here we could see Tony Blair's British F-35 planes uh, can travel 5,000 km with the velocity of 5,000 km per second. And in these moments, these planes contains a significant points that can play that can travel 5,000 kilometers with 2.5 trillion megawatts. And other points, Iranian revolutionary terrorists in Kurdistan mining the crude oil contains no clue to get a preparation times to escape from the attack of British F-35 planes under Honorable Prime Minister of Tony Blair in 2007. But now, here the problem is that we would take a finds that today's point is the calendar 2026 where Prime Minister is Keir of Keir is Prime Minister of England, and in these times Keir F-35 kinetic powers contents would be 67.01 milliwatts. And what would be the effects? The effects would be significant. Here, the effects would be like that. Well, okay. Now here we can see 67.01 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 33 multiplied by 10 square, that is 6.701 watts. Oh, okay. Now, but still, here are the significant points. When Keir kinetic powers would be 67 milliwatt or 6.701 watts, and in this circumstance, Keir British F-35 planes can travel 5,000 kilometers in 200 hours. That means 16 days, 8 hours. Well, in the times of 16 days, 8 hours, here is the probable notifications that Iranian revolutionary terrorists contains the proper preparation times to fight against British F-35 fighter planes. And now, when we could see that is the moments that British F-35 fighter planes, and that can be significant points. And here, the war, probable war between England versus Iranian revolutionary terrorists can be compromised because of Keir war policy to eliminate the Iranian revolutionary terrorists. And that is the moments that we are talking about the Keir transgenders as the points. And in these moments, here, where is the Wokism? Here I would mention the points. Where is Wokism? Okay. Okay. Now here the Wokism is significance that here where is Wokism? Well, a plane contains 5,000. A military plane contains the velocity of 5,000 km per second is normal. But when a plane contains a velocity of 25 km per hour, that is Wokism. Okay. Now, here is the points that why Keir Stammers appoints Tulip Siddiqui as a corruption minister of England. Okay, just for 2 minutes here the moments. Well, where is okay, now here today's we can see uh, when a British F-35 plane contains the velocity of 25 km per hour, that is Wokism. And now, what is the definitions of Wokism? The definitions of Wokism is to decrease the national military plan significantly, that the national country can be defeated by foreign terrorism. Huh. And here is the points. When a nation can be defeated by foreign terrorists, that is okay in Wokism, but when a nation can defeat foreign terrorists, that is the nationalism, and that is the opposite of Wokism. And here we can say the Keir Stammers contains the velocity of 25 km per hour, that is Wokism. Where Tony Blair's British F-35 planes contains 5,000 km per second, that is nationalism. And here that is the point. What is the significant moments of nationalism at the moment? Okay. Now here I would mention that what is the fuel systems. Here let's check it. The fuel system is well. Tony Blair. Okay. Now it is the moments. Tony Blair or F-35 fuel. Now let's see what is Tony Blair's F-35 fuels. That is artificial solar arc reactor, artificial solar arc reactor with temperature of 400 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, what is Keir Starmer F-35 plane fuel system? Here fuel is petrol. Okay. Now Now here we can write here Tony Blair fuel weight. Well, when we can write Tony Blair fuelers, and that is the moments 250. I apologize. 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 17. It can be divided by 20,000. I mean to the power 4 multiplied by 400 multiplied by 10 to the power triple six degrees Celsius. And now let's check it. Now here, what is the issues that at the once when here fuel is would be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 400 multiplied by 10 to the power triple six degrees Celsius. Hence, here we have mentioned temperatures, and let's mention the specific heat. The specific heat is 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 joule per kilogram per kelvins, and that is the significant points. Okay. Now what is 4 sum by 2? That is 6. And what is 6 sum by triple six? That means 672. Okay. Now what is 4 multiplied by 2? That is 8. Hence, here calculations becomes 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 divided by 8 divided by 10 to the power 672. Okay. Now, what is 72 subtract by 17? That is 62 subtract by 7. That is, here we can see uh, 55. Okay. Now, here the calculations becomes 25 divided by bracket of 8 multiplied by 655. And here the calculation we can say what is the result? That is 3.125 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 655 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 400 multiplied by 10 to the power triple six degrees Celsius. That is Tony Blair F-35 fuel system, where the purpose is to eliminate Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei, I mean Iranian revolutionary terrorist in Khuzestan. Okay. And now let's check it. What is the moments? And now here we can see, we can write here Keir Starmer. What is Keir Starmer? Well, what is Keir Starmer's fuel system? Well, Keir Starmer's fuel system is petrol fuel system. Hence, now let's check it. What is the fuel volume? Okay. Now, here we can write the fuel volume is significance. Well, 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 divided by bracket of bracket of 200 cube multiplied by 3600 cube multiplied by 0.8 multiplied by 100. Okay. And now here is the moments. Oh, Here calculation has been mistaken. Dominatals is 200 square multiplied by 3600 square multiplied by 0.8 multiplied by hundreds. And here, let's see about my observations. What is 10 to the power 4 square? That is 10 to the power 8. And what is 100 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 square? That is 10 to the power 8 multiplied by 100, that is 10 to the power 10. And here, what is 10 to the power 17 divided by 10 to the power 10? That is 10 to the power 7. Hence, your calculation is 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 divided by, well, bracket of 8 multiplied by 1300 multiplied by 0.8. Okay, and now here we can see what is the calculations. 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 divided by bracket of 64 multiplied by 13. Okay, and that is the moments at the points. Well, and here what is the round figure points? That is, what is 169 multiplied by 5. 9 multiplied by 5 is 45, it is 5. 6 multiplied by 5 is 30, 30 sum by 4 is 34, here is 4. And here we can write the moments as in round figures. 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 divided by 1000, that is almost 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 3 liters of petrol, almost 25,000 liters of petrol that is needed by customers when customers would be play as a nationalist. But what if we can say anti-national Keir Starmer, her fuel volume, and here when anti-national Keir Starmer's F-35 planes kinetic power is 2.5 trillion megawatts, where pro-national Keir Starmer's kinetic power is 67.01 milliwatt. Okay, and now let's check it the moments. 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 divided by 100 divided by 0.8, and here we can say 25 multiplied by 10 to the power 16 divided by 8, and here we can see the points. Well, 31.25 quadrillion liter of petrol. And in this moment, to destroy the sovereignty of England under the hand of Iranian revolutionary terrorists, Keir Starmer contains an F-35 fighter planes that can contains the kinetic powers of 2.5 trillion megawatts, but still fuel is petrol. Hence, the necessary of fuel is 31.25 quadrillion liters of petrol. Trillion liter of petrols. And here, now today's we can see the one petrol cost 1 United States dollars. Hence, Keir Starmer can pay 31.25 quadrillion United States dollars to destroy the sovereignty of England. But now, just for 2 minutes. Okay. But now, let's see. Well, now here is the moments that what is the kinetic now now let's see what is gross domestic product of England. The gross domestic product of England is 3 trillion United States dollars. But Keir Starmer is ready to destroy the sovereignty of England uh, and in the cost of 31.25 quadrillion United States dollars. Now let's see what is 31.25 thousand divided by 3. That here we can see points 10.43 something thousands. To destroy the sovereignty of England, Keir Starmer is ready to make sure that England would be bankrupt in 10.45 thousand times, and that is the moments we could see 31 because Keir Starmer's international expenditure is 31.25 quadrillion United States dollars. Hers, where gross domestic product of England is 3 trillions. And now here we could see here Tony Blair would never mindsets. I mean Tony Blair never contains the mindset to destroy the sovereignty of England. But here Keir Starmer contains mindset to destroy the sovereignty of England, and in this point, Keir Starmer want to destroy the gross domestic of England. I mean gross domestic products of England in almost 11,000 times. And here, that is the moments. Here we could see the Tony Blair is ready to. So I mean Tony Blair contains the probable right to sue Keir Starmer on United States Supreme. I mean United Kingdom Supreme Court. I mean British Supreme Courts or the Parliaments of England. And here Keir Starmer would get no confidence votes, and in this moment we could see Keir Starmer would be out of the designations of prime ministers. And but now here the irony is that in this circumstance of England, Keir Starmer is not ready to resign from the designation of prime minister, and that is the significant disaster moments in the British parliaments. Hence, as we could see at the points. Okay, now let's see what the points to destroy the sovereignty of England. Keir Starmer appoints a Russian woman named Blair to destroy the sovereignty of England by appointing her as an MI6 director. Keir Starmer appoints Tulip Siddiqui as an corruption minister of England, where Tulip Siddiqui is a princess of the Prime Minister dynasty of Bangladesh. And now, here we can see the points. Well, who is the local ministry? Who is the local? Who is the minister of local government? That is Rushan Ali. Who is the health minister of England? That is Rupa Haq. Both of them are Bangladeshi. And now, it is the moments that is the frustrations of Tony Blair's. Now, how it is the moments? Here we could see when the probable war would be between England versus Iran. Here, Keir Starmer's appointed health minister would provide the high qualified medical treatment to Iranian terrorists, and a health minister would let British soldier die. And here, that is the moments we could see. It is the probable frustration reasons of Tony Blair. That is, Tony Blair can sue Keir Starmer and the British Supreme Court or the Parliament of England. Okay. And now, I think it is my first live stream to roast Keir Starmer. Hence, I could not contain a probable energy to roast Keir Starmer. Well, I would continue it at the 5 days with the 5 live stream. Okay, now see you on